Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mac.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat rooms. I see y'all. Roll call is coming up soon. Make sure that you stay tuned, man. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you're streaming from. Good morning.
Don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me.
Good morning, y'all. Go ahead, get your coffee, your tea, whatever it is you need to get your morning started, y'all. It's about to go down. Benjamin Dixon's show is coming up. We already there, but the Benjamin Dixon portion is coming up next, y'all. Stay tuned.
It's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Miss Nuru, good morning. Gene Brown, Brother Chuck Diesel, good morning. Infinite Content, good morning. Susan, good morning. Carly Wynn, Barbara, good morning, y'all. Ralph 1984, man, we missed you, bro. Where you been? Lisa Noel, good morning. Anna Hart, good morning. Still My Beats, good morning. On and on Dragon, Nat A, Peter S, Julie Van Ossel, Terry Stacy, Brother Lou Kane. Good morning, y'all. Mom and Daddy, they probably not here yet, but good morning. Mark S, brother, what's going on, sir? Shout out to Tiger. Tiger, what's going on? XOXXO Bob, good morning, good morning. Roller Dragon, good morning, good morning. Sunny Wright, good morning. Anna Hart, Alicia, good morning, y'all. Evergreen, on and on it goes, good morning. B, good morning. I love you too. Good to see you this morning. Good morning. Jeremiah, good morning. Brother Lateef, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Shelby Hall. All my people checking in this morning. I see y'all. Good morning, Shay. Good morning, Shay. Lisa Noel, love you too. I appreciate you. Yes, Mark S. Happy Friday Eve, everyone. Whoa! Happy Friday Eve. Way back. Keegan, good morning. Environmental Coffee House, good morning. Appreciate that, love. Yes, the green, it makes me look like that. It makes me look like and feel like the Incredible Hulk. Okay, cool. Brenda Johnson, good morning. Nature Boy, good morning. I love that. Nature Boy. Ear Hustler, good morning, Ear Hustler. Laura Estrada, good morning, Laura. Okay, good. I'm still glad I ain't singing the microphone that part. Would have been wrong, just wrong. Miss Sophia, good morning. Ideas Aubrey, good morning, good morning. Gene Brown, good morning. Yes, sir. Gene, I think that's something like that. Gene Brown, you right. Grooving in the green. I'm trying. I'm doing what I can. Brother Goku, good morning. Nat A, I wish it was Full Funk Thursday. Nat A might be onto something. We'll see how it goes next week, okay? We're going to have a full funk, see if we can do a full funk set next week, okay? Jeremiah, that's what we like to hear. We're glad the music it gets you going because music soothes the soul, y'all. Music soothes the soul. Never forget that. Daniel Van Weeden, good morning. That's right, Marquez, looking like the Parliament and George Clinton and all of that. P-Funk. Patricia, good morning, Patricia. Nat A, that's right. The stank face with the air guitar. With the head movement. White Rabbit, good morning. Shout out Chuck Diesel. Chuck, what's going on, Chuck? the stank face. All the face.
The stank face. Now you saw me? Man, listen, you would swear we were playing some of the baddest bass playing ever played in the history of bass playing, the way we would just stank face it.
Right.
DJ Exclusive, how you doing this morning, man?
I'm good, Brother Ben. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. It's always good to see you and wake up to some good music, and I appreciate
you. You as well,
you know
sir.
What I mean? Yeah, bro. We're gonna get started with some of this crazy stuff. Now listen, DJ Exclusive, I always give you, you get carte blanche. You could chime in on any of these conversations, man. Because you just keep it real. But at the same time, if you want to take off, because I got some dirty stuff to deal with here, man. These people are a mess in America. What is wrong with these white folks in America, man?
You see that right there? I'm gonna let you handle that because I already know how I get, and it's too early. And I'm trying to say, I be trying to save it. Like yesterday, I'm like, oh, I started early yesterday, so today I'm gonna behave.
Hey, man.
We'll
hey,
but don't
listen,
worry.
Just yell.
I'm about to say I'm gonna be right there in the background
because I might have to yell for backup.
And look, you already know, Ben. I'm only one call away.
Because I got it first up is Tucker Carlson. Now I want to talk about the U.S. Capitol. Yeah, man, Tucker Carlson. We haven't talked about him in a couple of days. U.S. Capitol Police. I'm reading for the Washington Post. This is the U.S. Capitol Police Harry Dunn, and he said that the attacks that Black law enforcement agents endured on January 6th were not just physical but verbal. Now, obviously, Harry Dunn is a U.S. Capitol Police officer. He was there. Is giving testimony about what he experienced. And these are the officers who stood between the January 6th insurrectionist terrorists and the fall of this country, right? Let's be sure that the stakes that were up on January 6th was the entirety of the American political system. That's what those maggots wanted to take down on January 6th. And the people who were standing in the way, blocking them, protecting this democracy were the Capitol Police, of which Harry Dunn was one. Tucker Carlson doesn't like that fact. And so he's started to attack him, describing him in a way that will sound familiar to you, because anytime a Black person steps out of line, this is the type of attacks we see from the white supremacist power structure in this country. Let's take a look at the first clip.
What's the answer? Of course, she doesn't have one. Speaking of disingenuous, So the committee will proceed with one party. What will it look like? Well, think MSNBC with subpoena power. On Tuesday, Pelosi will call a Capitol police officer called Harry Dunn. Dunn will pretend to speak for the country's law enforcement community. But it turns out Dunn has very little in common with your average cop. Dunn is an angry left-wing political activist whose social media feeds are full of praise, not coincidentally, for Nancy Pelosi. Here's a picture of the two of them together. Racism is so American, Harry Dunn wrote in one post, that when you protest it, people think you are protesting America. Hashtag leave it to whites to tell blacks what is racist. Hashtag I stand with Ilhan Omar. Hashtag squad. Harry Dunn, ladies and gentlemen, just another fact-based witness to the insurrection. Jim Jordan is one of the members Nancy Pelosi banned from the commission today.
Jim Jordan is also the person. Ask Jim Jordan about what happened in Ohio.
In the House of Representatives.
Since you guys want to, Tucker, you want to reference Jim Jordan, just Google Jim Jordan in Ohio and go follow that backstory. I want to point out a couple of things in this clip that he's doing. One, did you notice he started running down some hashtags, but he didn't attribute the hashtags? You see how he put the tweet on screen? He put the tweet on screen of Harry Dunn as a way of undermining Harry Dunn. And then he added on a whole bunch of now, if those hashtags had actually been used by Harry Dunn, do you not think for a second that Tucker Carlson would not have put those hashtags on the screen? But that little detail, that little modicum of truth is not important to Tucker Carlson because he needs to make white folks angry. Because here's a black man who stood on the side of American democracy. He likes Nancy Pelosi. Well, you would think that a U.S. Capitol police officer whose job is literally to protect the U.S. Capitol would have a relationship with the Speaker of the House of the United States Congress, who is Speaker Nancy Pelosi. But that is a sign. The mere fact that this black man has a relationship with Nancy Pelosi is now a sign to Tucker Carlson that we should dismiss him and that he is no one to be listened to. Because, oh, by the way, the very first thing that Tucker Carlson did was to make sure that you know that he is an angry, he didn't say black man, but the dog whistle. Tucker, you're not talented. You don't know how to finesse the dog whistles like your predecessors. Barry Goldwater knew how to do dog whistles. William F. Buckley knew how to do dog whistles. You're a talentless hack who does not know how to do dog whistles because we hear it loudly and clearly. What you wanted to say was that this was an angry black man, but you instead said he was an angry leftist. Let's play the clip one more time.
What's the answer? And of course, she doesn't have one. Speaking of disingenuous. So the committee will proceed with one party. What will it look like? Well, think MSNBC with subpoena power. On Tuesday, Pelosi will call a Capitol police officer called Harry Dunn. Dunn will pretend to speak for the country's law enforcement community. But it turns out Dunn has very little in common with your average cop. Dunn is an angry left-wing political activist whose social media feeds are full of praise.
He has nothing in common with your average cop. I agree. Because he does not have the political ideology of white supremacy resonating, pulsating in his blood. He has liberation pulsating in his blood. He is not your average cop, because if you ask me, your average cop is probably a Donald Trump supporter. That's why they would rather fly the thin blue line flag than the American flag, because they have found American democracy to be inconvenient for their white supremacy. And that's why they marched up the steps on January 6th. And that's why it was a black man who stood in the way of your white supremacy, Tucker Carlson. That's why you are pissed. I want to bring up a statement from Officer Dunn, and this is what he said in response to Tucker Carlson. He said, tonight, Fox News allowed its host, Tucker Carlson, who has not served a day in uniform, whether military or law enforcement, to criticize the heroism and service of African-American U.S. Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn. Our client has served 13 years in law enforcement, and on January 6, 2021, fought against an insurrectionist violent crowd, no doubt many of them Carlson's supporters, to protect the lives of our elected officials, including Vice President Pence. Officer Dunn, who would lay down his life to protect a member of Congress, regardless of being a Republican or a Democrat, will testify next Tuesday before the House Select Committee investigating the events of the insurrection. Frankly, the last thing Tucker Carlson wants is for the truth to emerge of what happened on that day and why. And that is a statement from David H. Loftman, Esquire, and Wiggins and Dana, PLLC, and Mark Zed, Esquire. Those are the attorneys for U.S. Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn. Yeah, they said what they said. They said what they said. I want to shift gears, and I want to talk a little bit about some of the internal politics of January 6th, but also just of the temples in Washington, D.C., where legislation, where the direction of our country, but also the direction of this planet is decided in the halls of Congress. I want to go to the halls of Congress. Here is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as she discusses Kevin McCarthy, who is the House Minority Leader for the Republican Party. And there's an ongoing battle and an ongoing struggle that is ever present that we need to tune into, because the decisions that are being made in those temples in Washington, D.C. are most certainly going to impact our lives as Americans, but most certainly going to impact the lives of everyone across the globe. Let's take a listen to AOC.
Do these picks say anything to you about how seriously or not seriously the minority leader is taking this investigation, Representative?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think Kevin McCarthy has decided that his role as a minority leader in the House of Representatives is to essentially be chauffeur of the clown car. And he believes that his job is to champion some of the most ludicrous, irresponsible, and dangerous members of his party instead of centering, some of the more even-keeled and responsible members of his party. And that's what he's decided his leadership is and what it means to this country. I think it's shameful, but it will not stop Democrats, and it will not stop people who are actually interested in setting this country on the right track and trying to do their best to do so. Should
the House Speaker, should Nancy Pelosi veto any of these picks before they officially join this committee?
Well, I leave that decision to her, but I think she's well within her right when the minority leader decides to nominate people who actively attempted to overturn the results of this election and who were, frankly, not only active participants in the dangers and what we saw in the insurrection of January 6th, but were some of the leaders and some of the drum majors of the insurrection. I believe that she's well within her right to veto some of these picks. I think that they're frankly insulting, and that Kevin McCarthy's picks are insulting, not just on a party basis, but to this country.
Now, she's talking obviously about the January 6th commission that is being put together by the House Select Committee, or the House Select Committee that is going to be the January 6th commission, and the going back and forth between Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Kevin McCarthy as to who would be on that committee. Kevin McCarthy had the caucasity to suggest that some of the very people who were complicit with January 6th would be on that committee. That's like saying we are going to allow the very people who robbed you to serve on the jury in defense of the people who robbed you, the people who committed the crime. This sounds eerily familiar when you consider the fact that in this country, white people are used to getting away with that. Conservative white police officers are used to getting away with that because they investigate themselves. What Kevin McCarthy is trying to do is say the very people who are guilty of January 6th should be the people who should investigate January 6th. The very people who are guilty of police murder have always been the people who get away with investigating police murder. Isn't that something? The expectation to be able to control the wheels of justice when you are yourself the criminal. Kevin McCarthy, Jim Jordan. Let's take a listen to this clip from Kevin McCarthy.
We will run our own investigation. We have law enforcement. We have military. We have doctors. We have people from all walks of life. They want to know the answer. The American people deserve that. They don't deserve politics. They don't deserve destroying the institution. No committee in Congress will work if one person is picking all who can serve. This has not happened before.
You know what has never happened before, Kevin McCarthy? White folks, white supremacy. I want to be clear. A lot of times I say white folks. I do mean when I say white folks, you should translate that as white supremacy. When I say whiteness, you should translate that as white supremacy. What we've never seen before is white supremacy held accountable for anything in this country. Kevin McCarthy cannot imagine for the life of him that the white supremacist terrorists that marched up the steps of January 6th would actually be held accountable. In fact, it's such an absurdity to Kevin McCarthy that he believes that the very people who helped facilitate the attempted overthrow of our government, they themselves should be the arbiters of what happened that day. The very people with the blood on their hands, they should be able to dictate what happens to the people who drew the blood on January 6th. I am not surprised. It's the same arrogance that I saw, that we all saw in Brett Kavanaugh during his hearings, as he lashed out in this rage over the fact that he was being held accountable for something that happened in his past. Do you remember the anger? The visceral anger of Brett Kavanaugh as he gritted his teeth and he hearkened back to how much beer he needed for that moment because he loved beer. He was like, I cannot believe that these human beings think that a white, rich, conservative man would have to be held accountable. Well, there's a lot of white, rich, conservative men who marched up the steps of the Capitol on January 6th, and it's time for them to be held accountable. I want to shift gears a little bit. I want to talk about Ben Shapiro. And apparently, I guess I can't shift gears because he's talking about January 6th as well in this clip. So let's see what this fool said. Ben Shapiro, let's go.
As far as sort of the January 6th of it all, I'll be honest with you, I haven't particularly followed the sort of theorizing about the FBI and its involvement with January 6th because, frankly, it seems like there's pretty good evidence a lot of these people wanted to go in and do something stupid, petty, foolish, and criminal. But the bigger problem with January 6th is to me, not the quote-unquote FBI involvement. I think we already know that there are problems with the FBI from the entire Mueller investigation. The big problem to me with January 6th is the attempt by the left to use January 6th as the tool to silence everybody, right? If you voted for Trump, you're in favor of January 6th, which means you're dangerous, which means that really we should be taking a second look at you. January 6th was such a breach of democracy that you must continue to give us unalloyed power at the federal level in order to stop things like January 6th from happening ever again. And the continual focus by the Democrats on January 6th, the blowing of it out of all proportion, treating it as though it was the single worst thing to happen in modern American history, when in reality, if security does its job, January 6th never happens in the way that it happens, right? The big failure there is what the Senate Intelligence Committee said it was, which was a complete failure of all of the apparatuses of law enforcement to stop people from invading the Capitol in the first place. In reality, it was several hundred people who broke into a building. Yes, many of them intent on doing grave harm, and they should go to jail for that. Yeah. But the notion that it was like an insurrection about to overthrow the American government and thus give us unalloyed power is insane. I mean, it was not about to overthrow the American government. The place was cleared within 2 hours. The Congress, led, by the way, by Mike Pence, Trump's vice president, and Mitch McConnell in the Senate, led the certification of the election. So, like, at what point was American democracy truly in danger? That's why when you hear these stories about top generals at the Pentagon saying things like, well, you know, it was the Reichstag fire and this is all Hitler, it's like, read a book. Like, for goodness sake, read a book, or you're just being dishonest.
David, would you grab for me? There's a video on Twitter. I think I follow the guy. The guy who asked if Ben Shapiro was Aquaman or going to sell his property to Aquaman. Can somebody grab that for me? Because I really need to show y'all how absolutely dumb Ben Shapiro really is. And yet he is considered to be the smartest person on the right. I really do feel bad for you, white supremacy, if Ben Shapiro is the best that you can do. Grab that clip because I want you to see Ben Shapiro has one job. And that job is to lend a veneer of intellectual credence to the idiocy that is white supremacy. I want you all to be clear. There's something that's happening in this country that we've never seen before, or at least I've never seen. The nihilistic, I don't want to say suicidal because there's so much that's wrapped into that word that we have to be mindful of. But these people have suspended with their own self-preservation on behalf of their politics. They don't want to wear a mask and they don't want to wear it's even worse than that. The people that Ben Shapiro is trying to lend intellectual credence to, a veneer of philosophical underpinnings, he's trying to offer them some solace that they're not just complete and absolute effing morons. But Ben, the truth is you're trying to provide cover for people who not only won't protect their own lives, but they're setting their children up for death. They want their children to go back to school in the middle of a pandemic, Ben Shapiro. They want their children to go to school in the middle of a pandemic without wearing masks. They want their children to go back to school in the middle of a pandemic without wearing masks. And oh, by the way, don't get vaccinated. And as we heard someone say yesterday, it was only 400 children that died. These people are so far gone. Ben Shapiro has one job, and that is to lend intellectual credence, a philosophical underpinning to the sociopathy of a people who are willing to sacrifice their lives and the lives of their children for politics. And he's just not that talented. Do we have the clip? Do we have the clip of
dipping his
him?
webbed flippers into the pool of climate change with his signature Shapiro intellect.
So let's say, for the sake of argument, that all of the water levels around the world rise by let's say 5 feet over the next 100 years, say 10 feet by the next 100 years, and it puts all the low-lying areas on the coast underwater, right? Which, let's say all of that happens. You think that people aren't going to just sell their homes and move?
Just one small problem. Sell their houses to who, Ben? Fucking Aquaman!
Listen, I didn't know Barry Goldwater personally, but I read his book, Conscience of a Conservative. Ben Shapiro, you are no Barry Goldwater. I didn't know William F. Buckley personally, but I watched him try to debate James Baldwin. And as much as James Baldwin put William F. Buckley in his place, Ben Shapiro, you're no William F. Buckley. You're a clown show. James, take us to a break. When we come back, Rebecca Zor is coming in. Like it or not.
Who are you gonna sell it to? Freaking Aquaman.
And he's a smart one. Ben Shapiro is the smart one on the right.
The smart one, dude. David. Oh, there you go. Got it. Yo, that was funny as hell. But yo, honestly, I hate Ben Shapiro's face. Like Tucker's face. It's just like annoying as hell. It's like, like, just smack the shit out of it. Good morning again, everyone. Welcome again to the Benjamin Dixon Show, y'all. Like it or not, it's coming up next with I'm trying. It's coming up next with Rebecca Zor, y'all. So make sure that you stay tuned, all right? Like it or not, it's coming up next. Good morning, everyone.
Come a little bit closer.
Aquaman just killed me, bro. Oh, that's hilarious.
Put your finger right in his face and tell that man bye-bye. I'm too fly.
Dennis, good morning. Shay, yes, all of their faces are the freaking worst. Like, why are you around? Like, who made you the main authority on the right? Like, my gosh, man. Like, ill. And Tuckums. Like, what the? Will Ferrell looking ass? Little boy. Oh, y'all forgive me. I'm just cracking myself up this morning. Because those are some freaking jokes, man. Jokes.
Because you're scared and lonely.
Track to Tasha, good morning. Truth the Dragon, good morning. White Rabbit, good morning, y'all. AG, good morning. Miss C. Beasley, good morning. Oh man, I'm just gonna be having a good ass time today. Okay, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Infinite Content, thank you for your super chat. He says, please do not lose vigilance over mask wearing. There are also gamma and lambda variants of the zone out there. Whew. Let's say that again. Please do not lose vigilance on mask wearing. There are also gamma and lambda variants of the Rona out there. Y'all, keep them damn masks on. When I tell you in Pennsylvania over the weekend, not one mask in sight except mine. And even I was lax at one point, but I was like, nah, let me go ahead and tighten my game back up. This is not gonna happen. So please keep your mask on, y'all, please. Oh, Serenia. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry to hear that. And I've been hearing that a lot. One of our local news anchors actually got sick with the virus as well too and had full symptoms. Fully vaccinated. Full symptoms and fully vaccinated. So man, please wear your mask, y'all. Very serious thing. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get these our new patron members and our Twitch subscribers read off real quick. All right, new patrons. We have Valley Girls 4, Bailey Pooh. Bailey Pooh, good morning. New Twitch subscribers. We have Bird That Hums. That's not me, y'all, by the way. All right, we have the Max 75, BDL05, Jam Toom, good morning, who resubscribed and commented, oh, wow, time does fly. Yes, it does. Justin Sane 80 resubscribed. We have Mimosa Dragon, good morning. Mimosa Dragon gifted a subscription to Caramel Delight 18. Spectacular Schneiderman cheered 5 bits. Rachel Letney, good morning, Rachel, cheered 50 bits. And LS2 Black Dragon cheered 100 bits, y'all. We appreciate y'all so much. Shout out to the Twitch family, man. If you have not already, you can still do so. Become a patron today. Patreon.com/likeItOrNot. Patreon.com/likeItOrNot, y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned. We have Like It or Not starting now. It's about to go down.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning, people.
Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
and not care who doesn't like it.
Today is Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. Thanks so much for joining us. DJ Exclusive, man. These lists are of people who are supporting the show, man. It's getting longer and longer and longer, man. It's dope. You were reading names the whole break.
Yeah, Ben, that was nothing compared to yesterday.
I know.
God,
I know.
This one was a good list. I like this list this morning. Yesterday, oh Jesus, it's like the whole break. I was just talking.
I was listening.
This morning I was just talking a lot of shit about Tuckums and Shapiro.
Lord,
Shapiro, I like that.
Oh man, Shapiro, we got to get the clip. David, you know, when Rebecca gets here, we're going to have to go over the Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. James, were you with us when we covered Ben Shapiro freaking out over the song WAP?
I don't think so.
Oh man,
I don't know if I may not have been here that day, or I don't think I was on yet. But
yeah, you may, because I don't remember exactly when he freaked out, but I know we could time it with the release of WAP. I would say maybe like they came out with WAP on WAP stands for worship and praise. That's what we're gonna go with here. That's what we're gonna go with here.
Father God, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
My kids are watching, so
nothing at all.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't sit here and just say what it says. I mean, so I don't know. You know, this is it's by Megan Thee Stallion. You know, it's Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. So you just use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
It ain't worship and praise. I tell you that much. But man, listen. When they came out with that song, next thing I know, goddamn, Ben Shapiro put out a video complaining about WAP. Now, see, this is what I don't understand about the ignorance of white supremacy and the confidence in their mediocrity and like the loudness of their stupidity. It's like y'all are loud and like, why would you put it into the atmosphere that you want the entire world to know that you, Ben Shapiro, have a problem with worship and praise? Somebody drop our sister the link in Slack.
I hate you, bro. This is
how it's like me getting on the international stage and saying, I want everyone to think that in my mind I really believe I'm 6'2". in my Napoleon. See, it's like let's imagine I did an entire segment that I thought was brilliant, but as everyone is watching it, you realize, oh no, something's wrong with Ben. He really thinks he's 6'2".
Right.
Ben Shapiro did an entire clip making it seem like he was brilliant, and everyone was looking at him like, who are you going to sell the house to? Effing Aquaman? You know what I mean? It's just like, you want everybody. You think this argument against worship and praise makes you look. Do we have the clip?
Worship and praise.
Do we?
God. Once again, ain't got nothing to do with that.
I don't know what I'm supposed to call it. Like, I don't know. Waffles and pizza. I don't know what I'm supposed to call it on air.
I think that's crazy.
Hey, I didn't see you come in. I heard you.
Yeah, did you like? I had music playing in the background. I'm like, David, I wasn't ready. Like David, Maxwell is singing in the background. I just wasn't. I know I popped in, but the boys was about to play something, and I was like.
Yeah. Now I think we should be able to get away with playing this. Hang on, y'all know I do this show by ear. I don't ever look. I don't see what's on the screen. Let me read the notes. Do we have it?
My kid is always shifty.
Do we have the worship and praise clip of
what's that in the bottle? It looked like
that show looked like a little bit of gin.
It's actually Smart Water Renew. I tried it for the first time yesterday.
Oh, don't get them no shout out on. I know,
I'm not, but it tastes like a Haitian tea that I drink. So
listen, I need somebody in the YouTube chat or any of these chats. I know y'all help us find it. There's a clip of Ben Shapiro going off on Megan the Stallion and Cardi B over their song WAP.
Ooh, yo, 1 second.
Oh yeah, we've covered that before, Ben.
I appreciate this super chat, but let me tell you something. Here we are called Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth, whether you like it or not. The super chat says you will never get. Oh, damn! Chuck Diesel, quick boy, he got that thing. But he said you will never get anywhere talking about white people all day. You don't speak to all black people. That's what the super chat said.
So
and I'm like,
well, who said it? And I mean, if they wanted to be highlighted,
I am the shadows lurking. I am the shadows lurking. Welcome to the channel, sir. We greatly appreciate you. But once again, the name of the show is Like It or Not.
And we're not talking about just any type of white people all day. And if you really watch the show, we actually highlighted and juxtapose with black people. Because if we're going to talk about whites, we're going to talk about black people too.
Hello.
And when we do talk about black people, what we do is rare content that you see on mainstream media. What you don't see on mainstream media is actual conversations that highlight black people and what they do and actually defend black people and the choices that they make instead of making them seem like what mainstream media usually makes it seem like is just black people are second best. And don't act like this is not true, because we know that in mainstream media, this is what it is. Anytime a black person is spoken about, they're always spoken about in a way that's always second best, or because they are the best at that because they're the first black to ever do it. Now, white people, the ones that we talk about aren't the good ones, aren't the regular ones that have always gotten shine in this country. In this country, white people have always been the primary, have always been the first, have always been looked at as this is normal, societal norm, right? In magazines, and publications and movies and things like that. So we're going to root for everybody black on this show. And we're going to talk about every white disrespectful person that's in politics, because what happens is that affects us as a people. And so we're going to keep calling those folks out. No more sitting on the sidelines and letting white folks do their thing while we march behind them and shuck and jive. It ain't here on Like It or Not.
Like It or Not, okay? Like and you right. Thank you for your super chat, though. We appreciate that money, though.
I was gonna say, hey, how much did that moron spend to tell us that?
It's always only $5, but I mean, every little bit helps. So we
can say only $5.
I'm gonna use that $5. Ooh, I'm not even gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna use that $5 for.
Roll one up and put one in the air.
Hello, somebody. And what else was I about to say? That was probably Candace Owens, y'all. That sounded like a Candace Owens to me. Lady ass helpful.
Oh man, y'all. So I do have, like, they perfectly demonstrated. Actually, David, what I want to go through all the A1 and B1, all that. David pulled some good stuff for us today.
Y'all he been saying y'all gonna use my clips.
Okay, stuff. Y'all know I'll be giving David a hard ass time. Y'all know I do, but I must say the last couple of days, okay, David.
Yeah, I like this format.
I give credit where credit is due. I do.
All we got to do, David pulls it. David want to see how we respond. He pulls stuff, and we just respond to it. So we're gonna go through all that. But I do want to say, Did not that person just demonstrate to us the ignorance of their the confidence of their ignorance?
Yeah.
That person spent $5 to demonstrate to us that they really are out of their league.
Yeah.
That you guys don't have the cognitive capacity to compete with people who have had to survive capitalism and white supremacy. Your dumb ass spent $5 to say something to make yourself look
To be
like a
highlighted
fool.
because Ben,
To
that's
be
what they like to do. Well, we got clips to play. I know, David, but that's what they like to do. I told you, they love to be highlighted. We've had this conversation time and time again on this channel that they'll highlight their ignorance. We see what the leaders do, right? They'll literally walk in this whole thing like, hey, the vaccine is given 666, right? It's a highlighted situation. They are confident in their ignorance and they are confident in their stupidity and they're confident. We have talked time and time again, and no offense to the people who aren't stupid and conservative, but there are a lot of people who are stupid and conservative. I mean, there are a lot of people who are questionable and liberal, but right here, I'm talking about those. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, people will be confident in their ignorance. They'll be confident in their stupidity. I mean, they're going to be one of those people that, who gonna check me, boo? And that's fine because you've been checked. So
people just with just a little bit of common sense, y'all got to be looking at these folks and thinking, like, come on, okay, let me do this. But one, I do want to say I have white friends. I do.
I have white friends too.
I've got white friends.
I do too.
Really good ones.
I'm not racist.
Yeah.
I got some white friends. Listen, I got some good old boys from the South, from Mississippi, man. They accent so South, man. They make me sound like I was born in New York.
They sound like the guy, what's his name? Paul Wall.
Look, Ben, let me tell you, Ben. I got some friends, and I love them. I love them to pieces. You know who my
you're
favorite?
Not racist, Ben. You have white friends.
Well, you know who my favorite white person is, though? John Brown. If y'all want to be down with black folks, be a white person like John Brown, and then come back and talk to me.
So it's not John B? Is when you say John Brown, are you saying John B?
Right. No, like, oh, his real name is John Brown?
Wait. What was John B? What was his song? I forgot his name.
To what people say.
They don't know
about you.
You could be John B or John Brown.
That's just jealousy.
They don't know about this.
They don't know.
That's a black white man right there.
Okay.
You could be John B or John Brown.
For us, John B is John Brown.
What you can't be is Ben Shapiro. What you can't be is Tucker Carlson. What you can't be is Donald Trump. And expect us to sit back and just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be cool with y'all, man. Please. So here, let's take a look at this. This is Pastor Leon Benjamin. He was telling a gathering of right wing. This is from Right Wing Watch. I like the people at Right Wing Watch. They got their eye. Right Wing Watch literally has their eye on white supremacy in religious circles. They're like the eye on Handmaid's Tale. They're everywhere. Right Wing Watch pulled this clip. Pastor Leon Benjamin told a gathering of right-wing conspiracy theorists that the church is meant to, quote, rule and reign, and that we are the next president of the United States. Let's take a look at that clip.
Church was meant to rule and reign in the earth.
It's gotta be a black brother.
We should be baptizing presidents.
What president?
Look, y'all gotta love this. This is why President Donald Trump gave his life to the Lord Jesus Christ. Because he says, when I first met him, he was like, you people have a lot of power.
What the?
But have you heard him lately? He prays in the name of Jesus.
Oh my God.
Rebecca.
Our job in these tours is to light a fire back up under the church again, to get you out of the pew, get you out of the chair, and get you back into the world. It's time to get up and get back into the world.
Keep this dude in B-roll.
We are the next president of the United States. We are the next. Look, I ran for Congress in 2020, and they did steal my election. That's why I'm running again in 2022. But I'm taking the power.
Oh, so this is campaigning.
That's what it is.
Okay.
You can't pay. I gotta show y'all something. Can you pause it right there? Boom.
Right. I was Ben.
Wait, back up about 3 seconds.
Ain't not one black person.
Wait, no,
except his ass. on the flyer.
But he's not even in the picture. And that is the awakening, you guys. That is the awakening.
Y'all want to see the intersection? Do y'all want to see the intersection of race, how race intersects with everything? Because y'all saw the race thing. You know what I saw?
What you saw?
I see Michael Flynn. I see the former national security advisor for Donald Trump, who was fired, had to leave within 2 weeks of being appointed because of all of his criminality. Michael Flynn, right there in the center with the little stripe on his chest. That's Michael Flynn. This is a Michael Flynn event, which means that this black man has not only aligned with the ignorance of white supremacy, he's aligned with the ignorance of everything that is Donald Trump, Michael Flynn, and Michael Flynn wanted to take us to war with Iran within the first 2 weeks of Donald Trump getting. And the only reason we are not at war right now with Iran, like we were at war with Iraq for like 20 years because of George W. Bush, is because Michael Flynn got in trouble with the law. And this black man is out here preaching like Jesus is going to come back and going to come back through the awakening of Mike Flynn. Boy, uses this a whole new level of step fetchery.
And y'all do see that, excuse me, y'all do see how like the wording, it says reawaken America, looks like the Trump Pence campaign stuff. Man, this is all supposed to be a Trump rally. That's all it's supposed to be. But I will say that timetofreeamerica.com looks like I go request 100 or so tickets, sell out the event, and just not show up. Not to say that anybody else should do that, but I think I'm going to. Timetofreeamerica.com, just go get some tickets for that day of the event and just not show up. Yeah.
So this campaign is called Reawaken America.
Run the B-roll. Yeah.
And with this right here, let's go ahead and request tickets. I think they're going to have to vet you now. That's why the tickets are at request. Before it used to be get your tickets at timetofreeamerica.com. But with that whole incident with what happened with Donald Trump, with everyone purchasing those tickets, those Z kids, they purchased those tickets and they and want nobody at his event. But anywho, we see at AmericanFaith.com, presented by AmericanFaith.com, Reawaken America. So what we're seeing here is not really a sermon. What we're seeing here is a campaign, a campaign push. And, there is nothing that represents this man on stage but himself. And that is COON. I feel like I get afraid to say that word on air because
the Kunta Hotel, man.
On this particular visit, he is staying at the Kunta Hotel. I don't think he's coming out anytime soon. He is the only person. Is that a black? Hold on, it might be a black man behind the shoulder.
Him.
Wait a second.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah, and ain't that the pillow guy?
That's my pillow. Yep.
See,
what the hell, bro?
Those are people that we can say have hurt or wanted to hurt the black community or minority communities in some way, shape, or form. What they stand for has been nothing to assist. So it's not that and I always want to circle back to the beginning of what you started with, Bubba. It's not that we attack those who are white all the time. Like I said, we gonna attack these. Okay. It's majority of y'all. It's majority y'all that be doing this mess. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be something that we do. We're gonna also call out our own. Do you think that we want to call out this brother on the mic? When I saw the melanated man, I said I did not want to call this brother out.
It's one of ours.
People, but this is our job. Everybody can get it. No one is above. No one is above being dragged when it is at the cost of our freedom. Yes. No one is above being dragged. So this man who was clearly still in chains mentally and probably getting a good hefty nice check for representing the Donald Trump side.
You know what? Hang on. Can I be I'm going to be appropriate and inappropriate. Did you get the substance? Because you said something there. That brother's getting paid.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
That brother getting paid.
Yeah.
And the people who are trying to speak truth to power. Now maybe we the fools. Because drop that lower third. And show these cash apps. Seriously.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe we the fools. Because he out here telling y'all that, no, matter of fact, don't let me put words in his mouth. I want y'all to hear what this black man is telling y'all on behalf of white supremacy in the form of Donald Trump, Mike Pence, and the My Pillow guy. And juxtapose that to the gospel truth that we telling y'all, like it or not, bro Mac. We need you back tomorrow, brother Mac.
Like it or not.
We in rare form.
Okay.
And I want y'all to send these two people on my screen especially Bubba.
Yeah.
I want y'all to send them cash apps for everything stupid you hear this man say. Come on.
The church was meant to rule and reign in the earth.
I should hear some cash apps.
We should be baptizing presidents.
Look, I don't think they can see mine. Let me drop it in the chat.
Look.
Right,
Y'all
Rebecca.
gotta love this. This is why President Donald Trump gave his life to the Lord Jesus Christ. Because he says, when I first met him, he was like, you people have a lot of power.
See?
You people have a lot
And
of
that's
power.
to have been
But have you
disrespectful
heard
that he
lately?
said that
He
there.
prays
You
in the
people,
name of
Right.
Jesus.
Like, and he's okay with it.
you people.
You people.
Our job in these
Come on,
tours
y'all.
is to
You
light
people.
a fire back up under the church again, to get you out of the pew,
Light a fire
get
back
you
up under
out
the
of
church
chair,
again.
and get you back into the world.
Let me tell you
It's
who's in the
time to
audience.
get up
That
and
white
get back
Karen
into the world.
holding her hand up like this. You thought she was talking about hallelujah, but she was holding it up like this.
We are
See.
the next president of the United States. We are the next. Look, I ran
Not
for Congress in
you, please.
2020, and they did
They done
steal
had
my
Barack.
election.
They stole your-
I'm running
They
again
ain't
in
doing this again,
2022,
baby.
but I'm taking the power.
You're going to lose again, Negro. You're going to lose again.
He's running in 2020. What is it,
He's
2022?
going to lose again.
2022.
All right, wait. There's a second clip. We haven't heard the second clip. So I want to play
Okay.
the second clip of this clown. And the same rules apply. Every time he says something that y'all feel is like, because guess what? This man is getting, you know how much money this man is? I don't know. Somebody find out. There's a lot of good investigative journalists because they out there saying hallelujah as if they're at a church service, but they're at a political campaign rally.
Yeah.
Church in America has become a political campaign rally on behalf of white supremacy in the form of the evangelical church.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
Play the next clip.
Dave is too
With,
busy
with,
looking.
with some audio.
Dave is too busy
All
looking
right.
for WAP. That's what that was.
Oh, okay.
Y'all don't get it.
Well,
Dave is
David
looking
is
for
okay.
WAP.
Dominican
Well, whatever.
Republic.
Well,
He
I
gotta
tell you
shake
what.
it off. All them
This
black
is
girls.
another clip. This is another clip from Right Wing Watch. This is a separate clip. Okay, David wanted me to reset it. Okay, all right.
Okay.
I don't care what this next clip is. I know it's stupidity. Run the clip.
I need to say
If
something
you deny
after
the
this.
existence of Jesus Christ as the irrefutable one and only God, you're an idiot. So if you are an idiot, I don't know what's wrong with you. If it's a masochistic spirit, you want to show up here and just sort of be an idiot, and then I don't know what that is. So if you're an idiot, you know, what I'd encourage you to do is get out a sledgehammer and smash yourself in the crotch. Because it would be less painful for you to hit yourself in the crotch while we all watch than it would be to go through life as an idiot. So anybody here, if you're sitting by an idiot, just look at the person next to you. No, seriously, look at them. This will help me. That way I can get back to good things. Look at the person next to you and go, are you an idiot? Everybody look at them. Now, this is very important. And then continue this conversation in the grocery store. Are you an idiot? If someone's hiding behind, you know, plexiglass, they got 2 masks on, they're probably an idiot.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Wow, that is so
If
dumb.
somebody's kneeling during the national anthem, they're probably an idiot.
Oh.
If
So this is a white
somebody
supremacist
quotes
rally.
CNN
Cool. Okay.
Ever, they're probably an idiot.
Clark Kent Christ.
If somebody wants to increase your taxes ever, they're an idiot. If someone believes in the Green New
Holy cow.
Deal, they are an idiot.
Rebecca, you're a brilliant.
If
You are so
somebody ever
brilliant.
quotes
She is. You're an
Obama, they're an idiot. If somebody ever believes and cheers for Joe Biden, they are an idiot. So please help me purge the land of the idiots.
Cam
Guys-
folks who just sent me a cash app. I don't know what this man is saying because he just told me, what is this man saying? I don't know what this man is saying, but what I do know is that he really believes that he's about to save the world. Like I said, Clark Kent Christ. That's what he's giving. Did you hear what this man said, though, you guys? This is the perfect example.
The KKK of it all, Rebecca.
Oh, wow. The KKK,
Listen.
Clark Kent Christ.
And it all starts with the K, right?
Hello.
But listen, and he wants to save the world, but save the world and in the way where it's just white folks winning. Like, I mean, we've already lived in that kind of a world. So we're literally we got like literally a little bit we don't even have this pie, right? Their pie has all the things it shouldn't have in it. We over here, we had to make our own pie, and they're coming and stomping on our stuff, asking us for the recipe. So this man is literally saying, he's saying that the people that we see, the essential workers that we see, because America deemed them essential workers, the grocery, which they are, but they should have been home and should have been paid to be home while we were getting groceries freely sent to us from the government, which was all good. I'm talking about Whole Foods sent to our house during the panoramic. But anywho, this man literally just said that when we see those essential workers working with the plexiglass before them and with their mask on or whatever, they're basically stupid. But if you look at him, he's dumbass is what I'm getting.
Wait. Can I show you how much of a dumbass he is?
Go ahead.
Right.
We got receipts of how dumb this dumbass is.
Y'all ready?
Are you ready? This
I'm
is
ready.
Mr. Clark. His actual name is Clay Clark, right?
Oh, really? I made that up.
Right. His
Really,
name is
Rebecca?
Clay
Y'all see
Clark.
this?
Because he don't know he's got the sharp jaw, he's got the jawline, he's got the little white supremacist little cut he got there. He got the Clark Kent Christ going on, right? And he's doing everything in the name of Christ. And he wants to call people idiots. Guys, everybody. I messed that one up.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Ben,
Because I'm so excited about it. I'm just so excited to tell you that this is Mr. Corona 666.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Corona 666 calling somebody an idiot. Play the clip.
Research from my show. And growing a business is very easy, by the way. And I give away all my books for free. If you go to thrivetimeshow.com
It's the same guy, Rebecca.
/free-resources. It's very easy to do in a capitalistic society. But if you want to kill all the businesses simultaneously, you implement Marxism. And so I have a vast knowledge of Marxism and Stalinism and communism and all these isms. And I know a lot about the Bible. And I have a lot of doctors who are clients. And anyway, so I know the different silos of information. I see how it fits. So I do all my research, and this is what I found out in January of 2020. Here we go.
Too good.
The word Corona has 6 letters in it. C-O-R-O-N-A.
That's the same guy.
6.
And y'all trust
the letter C has the number
y'all
3 in it. It's the letter C is the 3rd letter in the alphabet. The 3rd letter in the alphabet. O is the 15th letter. R is the 18th. O is the 15th. N is the 14th. A is the 1st. Add that up, it's 66. 666.
Hey.
This is the guy. Y'all, he called somebody an idiot.
So he got money after. Was that so? So can you what about the preaching portion of that? Was that new? Was that older? Well, I mean,
we know the conference. Okay, so let's get we'll get the details on the conference. But while we get the details on the conference, let's play the clip again, because that guy who just said coronavirus spelled 666 called you an idiot if you voted for Joe Biden. I don't even care about Joe Biden. He called you an idiot if you care about Black lives. He calls you an idiot if you care about life, period. Play the clip.
If you deny the existence of Jesus Christ as
old.
the irrefutable one and only
That's too
God,
old.
you're an idiot. So if
That was
you are an
yesterday.
idiot, I don't know what's wrong with you. If it's a
Right,
masochistic
Rebecca.
spirit, you want to show up here and just sort of be an idiot, and then I don't know
Mr.
what that is.
666.
So if you're an idiot, what I'd encourage you to do is get out a sledgehammer and smash yourself in the crotch. Because it would be less painful for you to hit yourself in the crotch while we all lost than it would be to go through life as an idiot.
Killing me, man.
So anybody here, if you're sitting by an idiot, just look at the person next to you. No, seriously, look at him. This will help me. That way I can get back to good things. Look at the person next to you and go, are you an idiot?
Oh, so you want to use tap the person next to you and say, God is still good.
Right. So tap your neighbor.
Continue this
And tell him you're gonna get hit
conversation
in the
grocery
crotch.
store.
Okay. Tell him
Are
I'm
you an
getting the
idiot?
crotch.
You can
If someone's
turn him
behind,
into a B-roll.
plexiglass,
Turn him
got
into
two
B-roll.
masks,
Silence, silence,
you're probably an idiot.
silence this man. Silence.
This is a joke, you guys. The reason why I'm in disbelief is because I'm like, okay, maybe he did one, like maybe, during the beginning of the pandemic, but then, the awakening, we just saw the guy at the Akun Matata Hotel. I don't know what the name of it is, but we just saw that guy, which was recent. And he's at the same one.
Yeah.
So that's recent. But here's the thing. When I saw both of them, I'm like, okay, he looks like a different person in one. I mean, it looks the same, but he looks more young and rejuvenated. I would have thought he got the money and left to go talk about conspiracy theories. But no, he's preaching the conspiracy theories good word to a sea of people who still believe that Donald Trump is president. Even the campaigning is literally done to look like Trump's old campaign signs and colors and things like that. Just the way that it's set. They want to continue to keep pushing that. They don't want to say that they lost. January 6th, y'all had to take that L, but no, y'all ran up trying to kill folks, not wanting to take that L. To this day, I can ride a few minutes, you guys. I didn't say hours, literally maybe about 10 to 15 minutes down from where I live. And I can see, they got the horses in the back.
Hey.
Yes. Trump signs attached.
Hey.
Right in the front. Right in the front. To this day. We're talking, we're literally in July. When you say at the end of July, we on August 15th right now. And they still got the signs. This man literally lost the election. November. Yeah.
Look, on my way to Pennsylvania, man, West Virginia, and on up, all I saw coming into West Virginia was this big ass building, Trump Pence sign on the side of the building, big enough you can see from the interstate, clear as day. I'm like, oh, okay, so this was like last year, and we still going? Cool. Let me get my ass on up out of here, because sundown town vibe. Sundown town.
Yeah, yes. I went down to South Carolina. I had to ride, my God, hallelujah. I had to ride down this road by myself because GPS said, hey, you want to just take 30 minutes off that ride? I said, yeah, because I'm tired.
Right.
So we're just riding in my little car. And I'm like, damn, this is just getting a little. There was a big ass bird in the middle of the street. That's how I knew I was it was a big ass bird just sitting with his arm, with flapping his wings. And I'm just like, is it gonna move, God? This is like a Taliban type, bird.
What?
That ain't moving.
What kind of race? Now that's racist.
Literally, my bad. You can literally honk your horn and it wouldn't move. Like these are like some birds that just wouldn't move. It was a gangster bird. It would not move. So
vulture.
I tried to, and it could have been that. It was huge. It took over the whole road. I tried to go around and I prayed that God, this is not the movie on Netflix where them birds come and then just turn into something. Because it was
Alfred Hitchcock.
And I had to bind that spirit in the name of Jesus and go around it. But as soon as I got around it, I looked behind me, it flew off, and then I looked before me, and it was nothing but Trump signs. There was no other car but me.
That's a horror movie right there.
That's really a horror movie.
It was F-145,000s. It was all of those. It was literally, American flags everywhere.
Oh
and I said, it is just me, but God, how much longer do I have to ride on this road? Because I don't want to turn into the wrong street. I don't want to have to do a U-turn in the wrong parking lot. And I had to almost turn, and instead of me going to somebody's parking lot, baby, I cut on that little side of that street, and I hit maybe side swipe my little tire, and my little rims got a little scratch on it. But I said I would have rather done that than went into somebody's parking lot. And that's how serious it is for Black people in America. Trying to go on a trip and celebrate a friend's birthday. But you don't know if you turn into the wrong parking lot, if you gonna make it back home.
Hello,
Come on, somebody.
When I tell you I did the speed limit the whole time, normally like 70, okay, I go to 75. Normally I go 85, 90, especially on the way to Florida. I'm okay, I can blow that ride. But going up there, oh yeah, let me go under the speed limit. See, we can't afford the luxury of speeding and getting caught, because if we speed and get caught, we don't know what's gonna happen next.
That's I asked, Mr. Postman.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Right.
Man, my wife gets so tired of me. Okay. My wife gets so tired of me every time I see a cop on the side of the highway. I don't know if it's my blood pressure, but something in my blood starts pounding. Like I know that vulture sitting over there waiting on an opportunity to get me. And my wife be like, Ben, just chill. Just that's when I'm
look at him.
Just sitting in the corner. Sitting in the corner, waiting to pounce. Y'all so stupid, man.
Scared, y'all.
I'm over here actually while y'all were talking. I'm over here looping a track that I want us to freestyle on for Mr. Coronavirus 666 guy, because man, that's how dumb he is, y'all. That we made a whole freestyle over this guy, and he's got the nerve to call somebody.
Oh no! Somebody said, "Look at here, Gus. We found us a colored one." I don't like it, but that's true. That's exactly why I feel like they'll come, they'll see us, and they'll be like, "We go in there parking."
Wait, Rebecca.
What?
Did you see what David put it in the text, in the thread?
Oh yeah.
This was him, Clay Clark, introducing the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell. What has happened is that this is how much stupidity is cherished over there. The Corona 666 video that we laugh at and we know is a demonstration of how dumb these people are, made him a hero in their category, and now he got the chance to introduce Mike Lindell. They reward stupidity on that side. The stupider you could be, the more, I want to say it like this, the more dumb or stupider you could be, the further you can go in a Trumpism world.
The further you can go in America. I mean,
Right. Talk somebody.
Hey, that girl, and I know this is just so off, but not off. Remember that woman, Rachel Nicholson, I was talking about, who has the relations.
It's not off at all.
It's not,
Yeah,
Rebecca.
who has the relations to whoever, who has no real, to me, background to be the sports anchor that she is. But after time, you just know how to play the game, right? You know how to just walk with it. But Maria, and I forget her name, but Maria,
Swap that B-roll. Swap that B-roll and put on Rachel. Let speak your truth, Rebecca.
And Maria, who was the woman that she said, she's trying to steal my shine or whatever. She's just coming in. Maria, who has literal background in journalism, and you know what ESPN did? They put her as the person on the ground for the NBA Finals. This is Rachel Nichols and the person, and they put Maria on the ground at the NBA Finals, but had parted ways with her. In them parting ways with her, they dropped a statement, and they said Nichols deserves everything. She is a highlighted journalist, all this and that. But they parted ways with her, and Rachel Nichols still has her seat. This is after the drama about a month ago, where she was recorded saying that Maria, they're only having her in because they're pushing. They've been pushed for this diversity thing. And while Maria might be okay, she's trying to come and steal my seat. Ain't nobody stealing my seat. There's a problem with all that. There's a racial situation with all that. And her apology right here in this particular moment was literally that, hey, I mean, I said what I said. I'm not a bad person. And these two black men at Hakuna Matata University can definitely vouch for me. And that's how she remained in the seat, because she has seniority. Her seniority is her family line, her family bloodline. And I always forget who she's related to in here. But her family bloodline, the same way we have Meghan McCain, who got her seat because of her namesake. And we know that because she constantly says that. But this is what I'm saying.
My father.
So in this particular moment, the stupidity or the ignorance, the disrespect will literally get, if you're a white person, and I done said literally like a million times, but all of that will get you a seat, not only at the table, it'll literally get you a seat with your boot on the neck of the black person that you stepped over. Woo. Always. Like I said, the reason why we see these people in these spaces and we don't see so much of ourselves, that's because here in America, it's not considered a social norm. Seeing a white person, a white woman, that's like women's suffrage here. We're not included in that number. We're not included in that conversation. A lot of feminist movements that were birthed, black women weren't included in those things at all. So a lot of white women are saying, but you don't see Rachel Nichols. Rachel Nichols is one of the first of her kind. She's a woman doing it for us all. She's paved the way. Sis, she ain't paved no ways. She had it literally. When we talk about somebody getting it from the mud, somebody getting it out the mud, somebody, you know, being in the trenches, somebody literally doing this because this was their passion and they really worked hard for it. You know, we can talk about people like Maria and qualifications and just saying, hey, I mean, like, we can give her more highlight. It's okay to push Rachel Nichols out the way, put her somewhere else. People are still going to remember Rachel Nichols, but have somebody, if somebody else is qualified, that's it.
Yeah.
And for her comments, Maria should have been more so promoted. Not just saying, oh, we're going to give her an opportunity at the NBA finals and then cut her and cut her loose. It shouldn't have been that. The reason why they cut her loose is because ESPN and Maria couldn't, that's what they said in the statement. They couldn't agree on the contract. I think Maria understood at that moment, hey, I know my worth. Y'all let Rachel Nichols sit here. Oh no, you're going to pay for my suffering. It's too expensive to come and shift my piece. And you think that I'm going to sit here at ESPN while you guys disrespect me and I have to sit next to somebody who doesn't have any respect for me, that you guys allowed to just cap on television with two black men that I know.
Do we have the full
ignorance, the stupidity and all that? It definitely will get white people very, 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 very far. Us? Oh no, it gets us cut, baby. It gets us snipped and cut. That little girl, the one that was like, meet me outside. How about that? She was just yesterday on the people's social media that, oh, you know, when I do something because I was born in the hood and I do things that's hood, it's a problem for people. It's a problem for people because when people who are black, who just naturally comes by, and a lot of people that look like you, Miss Bad Baby, like do it. It's literally considered something nice and okay. But when we are just being ourselves and we're just happen to come from places that are like that, we can't get no job, sweetie. With the nails that you rocking and the tattoos that you got above your waistline, and earrings that are picked all over here, and the braids and the weave and the baby gelled hair that you gotta do 6 jobs to do because your hair just don't lay like that on the edges. When y'all do it, it's like, it's so cool. It's so innovative. But this is something this is our culture. This is a black culture thing, a black American culture thing. And when we just are who we are, we can't walk up somewhere and ask for a job. We won't get it. But that white person who looks innovative and really cool, like Bad Baby, who talks with an accent, like, well, I got this accent and y'all mad about it thinking I just want to be black or whatever. Can't I just be born in the hood, sis? It's just that with you, there will always be a privilege no matter what. With us, where it comes natural, where it's just who we are, we're told, hey, fix your accent because you won't get that job. Adjust yourself, just the way that you look, straighten your hair because you won't get that job. Now, you know it's unacceptable to go there with that natural hair. You know it's unacceptable for you to go with those braids. You know it's unacceptable for you to rock these long nails with those colors on it. You know that's very unacceptable, Rebecca. You as a dark-skinned girl who may have an accent that may be Haitian-y sometimes, that may be South Floridian sometimes, you know that's a problem. Adjust it. But for these other people, it's too ghetto. It's too ghetto. It's too ghetto for these black girls. But when it's the white people, it's innovative, it's fresh. It's Kim Kardashian. It's Kylie Jenner. And it makes news. And it's the newest thing to come out. Long nails with different designs, wearing golds and caps on your teeth, you know, having big booties and thick lips. You know what I'm saying? Like slim waist. That sells for white people, but it will not sell when it's originally from the black person. I'm just saying, I was told myself when I got out of college at FAMU by my favorite professor, Rebecca, you got a little Haitian accent, which gives you like a little bit of a speech impediment, but you do talk proper. But you have to understand you are dark skinned as well. You can't go in with those nails. And I'm not saying this because I don't like it on you. I'm saying this because I know that you cannot get a job. You can and you won't get a job like that. So you have to make sure you stay the way you are, neutral nails, straight hair, and make sure that you're talking the way that we've gone over, you know, because you can make it that way, but you can't make it, you know, with your usual nails and that spunky attitude and things like that. And yes, I did work for local news for a little bit. It killed me. So I left and I moved to New York with $50 in my pocket and took to the streets.
Yeah. Sis spins this morning, y'all. Sis spin.
She's coming out swinging haymakers this morning. Oh man,
Jesus.
Rebecca, you got your Hotep hat nearby?
It's somewhere. I don't know.
Because I uploaded the freestyle video for y'all to do the whole Tetris. It's just something I put together during the middle of the show while you were talking. I said, let me throw a little loop together because it's a sample. But when we come back, we're going to take a break. James, it's in your hands. When we come back, we're going to cover a couple more stories because I can't believe. Can y'all believe how smart these people really think they are? But when the rest of the world looking at them, it's like y'all a bunch of idiots. Republicans, conservatives, y'all. We'll talk about it when we come back. More Like It or Not after this.
After this.
Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. More Like It or Not is coming up next. Shout out to Rebecca who just dropped all the microphone on everybody. She's like, okay, Rebecca's spitting this morning, ain't she? All right, sister. I hear you. Cool. Good shit. All right, cool. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Good morning, everyone, and thank you again for joining us. And if you have not already, patreon.com/likeItOrNot, patreon.com/likeItOrNot, y'all. Make sure that you stay tuned. Good morning, Mama and Daddy. I know Mama said that she is going to play, what's she say? Going to play Grandmama this morning. So shout out to Mama who's listening. Keisha Bed, if you could please, hey David, do me a favor, go to the chat room for me and look for a message from Keisha Bed, okay? Keisha Bed, we'll see what we can do, all right? Good morning again, everybody. Shout out to everybody that is on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're streaming from. Welcome. We love y'all. We mean it. We appreciate y'all.
Looking like the verge of defeat, and I feel like disrespect. Help me turn my other cheek and say sticks and stones may break my bone, but your words can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No, I ain't been right.
Bid, good morning. Laser Sword, good morning. Juliet, good morning to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's streaming in the chat room, y'all. Good morning. David is in the BPD, Benjamin Dixon Show chat room.
No, you just can't hurt me. No. No, you just can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No. See, it's hard to be polite.
Shout out to Brother Lateef. Lateef said he watched Cosby Slop last night. Brother Lateef, what did you think? I know it was, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that sounds about right. Okay, cool.
Let's keep it real, it'd be better if we just subtract the fake. Yeah, so be a light up on my path and a lamp under my feet. I know my faith strong, but my flesh still kinda weak. When that victory be looking like the verge of defeat, and I feel like disrespect, help me turn my other cheek and say sticks and stones may break my bones.
Marty Hunt, I appreciate you, Marty.
No, you just can't hurt me.
And a heart that.
And it still can't hurt me. No, it just can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No.
I could really use a change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah. Close the matches they were handed down to me, but I'm still fly.
Savage Sweetheart, where you been hiding at, sister? Good to see you.
I'm still fly. Let's go. It could all be worse. I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse.
Ben want us to try to freestyle, Ben. You know we on freestyle, but you gonna get some slop today, but it's gonna be all right. So let's go for it. I got something for that ass.
Say it with your chest now. I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now.
Anna Hart, okay. Y'all, we got singers in the chat room. Anna Hart is a professional singer. Look at all these professionals in here. And then Justice Draconis does some work as well, too. And Justice, does firework and everything. Really freaking cool. Shout out Justice Draconis, man. Aurora, good morning.
It's my time to ride it now. It's my time.
Yeah, now we're gonna have to have Anna Hart come on. We're gonna have to have Anna Hart come on and sing us a song.
You can see whatever from behind me, but I'm still fly.
Savage Sweetheart, me too.
I know.
Jelani Gandy, thank you. We appreciate you.
I'm still fly. Let's go.
And Laura Estrada is an opera singer. My God. Ralph used to, man, all this talent in this chat room. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. David, I bet you won't. LaShonda Williams, good morning, cousin. I don't know if you're my cousin or not, but everybody with a Williams name, you know, they're cousins. Good morning, cousin.
And now it's my time to run it out. It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take.
Brenda Johnson, you too? Brenda, what you be singing, Brenda?
It's my time to ride.
Yes, Nat A does good at crocheting, and she is a good mommy to Kane as well too. Nat A, shout out to you.
If you're on the bus, say yeah. If you're on the train, say yeah.
Jelani, absolutely.
If you gotta walk, say yeah. Everybody's going somewhere. Young or old, I really
Infinite content, yes, you are smart, sir.
really been fair. So put your fist up in the air. Say yeah. I'm young.
The crew was supposed to be back on screen with that, but I guess they missed the memo. Y'all welcome back, man.
Right? I'm like,
It's my time to ride it out.
it's my time.
It's my time to ride it.
Rebecca, remember we were gonna
David said there
do
were
a
two
cover
bridges.
band.
Oh, Ben, it was Ben. It wasn't me. It was, Ben always trying to push me to do some stuff. I was like, Ben, I
I was trying to get us to do a cover band. We needed to make some money. We were broke.
Ben
What
was
we
like, Rebecca, what do you think about this? Look at me. Just, all right, Ben, I don't know. Ben, come on. Like, you can sing.
I had
I
went
can play.
and learned to play a couple of Jasmine Sullivan songs. We lost Bubba's voice. We don't have your audio, James. I know you know. He's trying to figure it out. But yeah, no, we were trying to, I was trying to get a cover band going so we can go out here and make a little bit of money. So because you can sing.
Who, me?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just blessed with a GIF, a GIF, not a GIF, but a GIF.
I don't know
all
about
kinds
that
of
one,
GIFs.
Rebecca. I think it's a GIF. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's a GIF.
I don't know.
But we'll argue about that another time. But good, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm blessed. Unmute yourself, Bubba. Okay. I'm blessed and highly favored with that gift. I do love singing. Singing is one of my that's what I do as my third job. I sing for a Haitian band here, a legendary member of the former Haitian group Zin. Her name is Nia. And I sing background for her. And I do some classic songs that I grew up on. And I just
sing us a song in Creole. A song. There he is. There he is.
This damn microphone.
Nou télémè, ou pa dwe jam kite, nou pa dwe jam separe, l'amour pa dwe jam frene.
Can you freestyle in
Tout
Creole?
fait quand c'est vrai, nous te marre fâché, même là te di ou met allé, c'est pas de ça m'te vle, tout ne vin chwen mwen. Yeah, that's like one of the songs that we perform. It's like a really actual like popular song. So
Yes, indeed. Oh, Ben, I don't know if Ben remembers this in college. That same summer, like everything happened that year. We did. I don't know if Ben remember. We sung in the talent show. You remember? Yes, in the cafeteria. Yep, we sang. It was me and you, and we sang that thing on Blackstreet. Don't leave.
Come on, no, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
Come on,
because
man.
I said, Ben, we need to go to the studio. Ben said, man, we ain't gonna do nothing but waste time in the studio. I said, yeah, you're right.
that's been for real.
You know, because by that time I had started to accept that I was actually kind of a mediocre musician. So as you know, I was trying to be realistic. Like
terrible.
by that time, it was clear to me that I was not a singer, right? And I accepted my role in the music industry. I was like, okay, so I'm not going to be a singer. I could be like Kirk Franklin. Then I'll direct the choir and stuff. But I couldn't really play the piano well, so I said, let me go to politics. We actually sang at a talent show at Bethune.
Yeah, we did. It was 99, Ben. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, did y'all do your talent shows in high school or whatever? Like,
it depends.
You guys, what was I doing singing Anita Baker, Sam Cooke, and Luther Vandross at the damn?
I need to connect you with my son, Rebecca. I need you because the reason you were singing it's because you got soul. You got soul.
You got old soul.
I was in high school, and that's why they called me. That's why my name became the Songsters. They was like, oh, that little one over there, because there it was like a mixed blended school, and we were all looking to be accepted. These little black artistic kids, and we were all looking to be accepted somewhere. And a black lady was just like, "Oh, we're gonna form this group. Emerald and Onyx is what the group was called."
You can drop the lower third. I want them cash apps to show.
Oh yeah, and thank y'all for yesterday. I mean, we're gonna do one more push real quick, but I want Rebecca to finish her story first.
We are gonna definitely do a push. But honestly, the group Emerald and Onyx, and I sang this song. I sang actually summer. I tell you guys this all the time, summertime. But I did the Fantasia version, and I blended it with. What did I know about that? What was I going through in my life as a black little child, a black
in high school
girl?
So that was past life recall. That's what that was.
I feel like that and that's what they felt for me. They were like, "Do you know what you just did?" And I'm like, "I sang a song that spoke to my spirit. I don't know. I don't really know." Summertime. Yep. I did summertime, and I blended that.
I need to interject. James, you said that was past life recall. Yeah. Rebecca, just sing for us what you're talking about.
I don't know, because it's too long. It's too long, though.
Just give us that first time. Cut to the transition. Do like you do a video.
Summertime.
Cut to the transition.
And the living is easy. Fish are
no. Wait, David. No. David. Sorry, that was the wrong cue.
Is high. Your daddy's rich, and your ma is good looking. But hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, yeah, you are gonna rise up singing. And then you'll spread your wings and you'll fly to the sky. Oh, yeah. Until that morning, yeah. There's nothing that can harm you. With mama and daddy standing by. Oh no. And then what I did was blend that into A Change Is Gonna Come. But I didn't know the tie though. I didn't know the tie. But when I got older and I got to college and I had did another talent show where I became Miss Wheatley 2007, 2008 at Florida A&M University. But I sing that song too. And at that moment, did I know the power of the words, the songs that I sang. But that, and I was a kid.
Wait, I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be, I was directing my wedding. Forgive me for being a director. But what I need to hear is a transition from Summertime to Change Gonna Come. I'll Sam Cooke, right?
How does the Change Gonna Come start? Because I don't. Okay, so that's what I did. So standing by. Oh,
one shot.
Oh, no. I was born by the river.
One shot.
In a little tent, no. Just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come.
Oh my God!
Oh yes, it will. Yeah.
Now, David,
it's been too hard living. I'm done.
David, I don't know how to bring us back. I took us to one shot. I don't know how to bring us back.
I don't even sound as good as I usually do because it's been a minute. But that whole thing.
And you sang that in high school?
Yes, I sang that in high school as a kid, as a 15, 16-year-old kid.
And James, you said, what was it? Past, you called it past life what?
Past life recall.
Isn't it something that Rebecca in high school, being a young Haitian girl, a part of her own diaspora, but connected, there is a Negro intimacy that is communicated telepathically, is what Michael Eric Dyson described it as. That's that black nod that you give when you walk in. When he was talking about Barack Obama, but he's talking about something that exists. It's a telepathic communication that we have between us. It's called blackness. And I'm curious, Rebecca, you as a little Haitian girl from the diaspora, connecting with the Black American diaspora in a way that resonated in your soul so deep that you sang the soul of our civil rights movement in high school. Just
I felt a pain, and I know we've talked about this way before in the beginning, but the type of pain that I feel when I sing like Porgy and Bess, and I sing like Sam Cooke, and I sing these songs, any song I could listen to it, and there's a pain that you peel back. When I listen to it the first time, it's like I hear it for the melody, and when I'm listening to it cleaning my home, or I'm listening to it in my headphones, I feel the pain of the person singing or the pain of the lyrics. It's not just a song that was created just like that. This is somebody's pain. And I don't know if it was somebody's pain because they were out there picking cotton. I don't know if it was somebody's pain because they were separated from their kids. I don't know if it's somebody's pain because they don't know if the change is going to come while they are alive, but maybe in the lifetime of their child. But dang, like I felt that pain, and I can see myself for some reason. It's like going to the movie theaters and you're there for 2 hours and you're there in this dark room and it's just you in the movie theater. It's just you in the screen and you actually become the character. You leave and you can't separate yourself from that character. You leave and you can't separate yourself from, the movie itself. It's like you're still just surrounds you and you just you Google it, you go home and Google what's happening next or whatever. It just consumes you. And that's what happens with me and music, and especially music from back in the day, whether it's a love song, a heartbreak song, or a Haitian song or something. Yesterday I was singing a Haitian hymn, and the lyrics, I felt the pain of those lyrics. It's like, it ain't no. I mean, they're talking about the Lord, but it's actually the pain, the suffering of the people of Haiti, and they're like, but we're still gonna make it. And that's kind of like what I go through when I hear music and when I.
Now you do know the director in me is not going to allow you to mention some Haitian hymn, and you're not singing for us.
Let me. I don't know. I'm not.
If it's too much, then by all means. Because like if you were able to sing it, what happens is.
Ye kamboa na maison mwen. Bon Dieu va bo, ye kamboa na maison mwen. Même si la guerre you abondé. Même si something you abondé. Même si something a pévaille tout côté, mais espérer bon Dieu va voyer kambo a na maison moi. So basically, and mind you, if you're Haitian and you're watching me sing this, don't worry. I know I messed up the words, but basically in the song, she's saying God is gonna bring the combat, the army to my home. No matter what's happening, and there might be things happening right next door. There might be a lot of pain and suffering. There might be no food. There might be famine. There might be a storm. There might be this, but he's going to bring it eventually. He's going to bring protection to my home. It's like, so for me, it's like, we don't know when that protection is going to be, but I can hear the pain there. But they're like, at the end of the day, our minds have to be focused on help is going to come. We don't know when. We don't know when, because stuff looks crazy all around. I mean, no matter what it looks like, but help is going to come. So yeah, I'm really big on music. It helps me. Yesterday I had a headache, a really bad migraine, working long hours and just kind of stressed out. But y'all, I got into my car and I just said, let me take a drive and put on some music. and it healed my headache. I don't know. Music is just really healing for me. It really
Music
is.
soothes the soul.
Yeah.
Music soothes the soul.
Yeah.
KK side, what's going on, y'all?
Ben done had us put on a damn talent show.
Talent show, right? Look, real quick, y'all. Though, look. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. I won't be on tomorrow.
That's cool, dog. I got it. I understand, man. You doing
I have
thing.
to travel. It's a lot going on. When I tell y'all it's a lot going on, man, but I have to try to get to this money because if not, then it won't come any other way. So again, we're gonna send a push again. DJ X3C, if you can, if you want to bless with traveling mercies and help also with financing and paying for this MacBook Pro, greatly appreciated. And also if we help Rebecca as well too with some of the medical troubles, it greatly appreciated. Becca's voice, $, Becca's voice, $, DJ X3C, y'all.
You know, I want to say something here. I did this show for 6 years before I actually made enough money for it to pay for itself. The level of commitment that James and Rebecca have given to this show has been second to none. Like the way y'all have just laid in the trenches with me when we were down. Now, I used to be shy about asking for money because I'm not good about asking money for myself, but I ain't shy about asking money for my friends who held it down for me. Y'all bless these people. Put some money in their pocket because we are a working class show, but not for long because we got some stuff. We got some stuff that we need y'all to see. Rebecca, I need to show people something. You connected to the soul of Black folk, to the soul of Black Americans. You identified it as its own unique thing that had a resonance, a pulsating kind of frequency happening in your blood, like in your body, in your soul. James, you said it, man. You're like, she's remembering. It's just like recall. How did you phrase it? The recall of a past life?
Yep, past life recall.
It's some slave. It's somebody in my ancestral. I believe this, y'all. Not on no like third eye, whatever. I really believe that I have a connection and you have a connection and Bubba has a connection to whatever happened in our history where that could have been lost. But the only way that we remember is through these feelings. And for me, it's music. And maybe my ancestors were really big on that, communicating to the higher ups or the spirits or whatever through musically. I really believe that because every time I sing, it brings me to tears or I get chills or I just sit in it and I let it like really consume me. Like I really do, because I believe that the forgotten ones aren't forgotten. Now, it may not be all the time when I'm cooking because I ain't the best cook, but it's when I'm singing. I don't know now. When I be cooking my food. Maybe mine wasn't like, hey, my ancestral angels wasn't like the cooks, but they was the singers. They was the entertainment, but they weren't the cooks. But I do feel in my spirit, I do feel that that's where my connection lies. And I may not be like Black American. I am Black American, but I may not have that background, but I'm, Haitian American. At the end of the day.
Were your people not enslaved by the same colonial demon?
Yes. We all have that. None of us asked to be, none of our people asked to be here. None of them asked to be on them islands in the Caribbean. Ain't none of them, but we're here. And the same way I can say, I'm happy to be coming from Haiti and the Haitian bloodline because we were the first to ever do it. But I do when I'm here, because I'm here. And as an American, and to see people who look like me here, finally okay and taking the credit that they built this country without being slapped down, without being accused of lying or whatever. Y'all take up your bed and walk, okay? The blood, sweat, and tears off the backs of Black Americans in this country, I know at the end of the day, like the rebellion to the audacity of those slaves, and they don't even that they saw Benjamin Dixon sitting where he is today. They saw Bubba sitting where he is today, and being who he is. And they didn't know how long that was going to take, but they seen this moment and they believed it, that they said, you know what, I'm going to stick this through because I know that there's going to be someone in our bloodline, someone in the future that's going to benefit from me saying, I'm going to stay alive. I'm going to stay alive and I'm going to endure so that they don't have to. And that is our job as we sit here. I know that we might be the freest Black folk as far as it comes to our heritage and our lineage, but we're doing this so our children's children can even be freer. Until there is nothing where we're saying, oh, we're trying to make it free so that people aren't logging in and telling us we're going to have to stop talking about white people because it's offensive when we talk about ourselves. So, yeah.
Till all are one. Till all are free. Somebody tell me what show that's from. Rebecca, I got to read something to y'all. This is from Healthline. And it's an article entitled Black Families Have Inherited Trauma. I'm going to truncate the last part of the title because it says, but we can change that. I don't want to change it. And let me tell you why. This is the subtitle. When I look at my life, my family, and community, I wonder which patterns are authentically ours and which are the result of cultural PTSD. This is the author in Healthline writing, and I would give that person their name, but here it is. Timothy Legg, I believe, is the author. It's not clear, but I want to read this paragraph. During my exploration, I came across the work of Dr. Joy DeGruy. She's a clinical psychologist with a doctorate in social work research and author of the book Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, America's Legacy of Enduring Injury and Healing. After attending one of Dr. DeGruy's lectures, I began to contemplate the depth of the impact American chattel slavery had on my family and community at large. The concept that something experienced centuries ago could impact habits, practices, behaviors, perspectives, and fears beyond a person's lived experience, James. Beyond our lived experience, tapping into a collective trauma that transcends our lived experience. Rebecca tapped into the Black American social consciousness, the collective consciousness of the trauma that was experienced by Black people in this country. And I'm going to show you exactly how precise this trauma is. Rebecca, I'm working on a poem called The Epiphany of the Slave. And I'm literally trying to put people into the bowels of a slave ship of my ancestor who chose not to die and who chose to survive. And you know why he survived? Because he had an epiphany, and I'm that epiphany. You are that epiphany. James, you are every Black person that's alive right now is the epiphany of a slave. And Rebecca, you tapped dead ass into it by tapping into that collective Negro intimacy that is communicated telepathically that Michael Eric Dyson told us was Negro intimacy. That is the collective trauma of Blackness.
Wow.
That's all I got.
And you know what I love about that? I love about that I know it's I feel it in my Shanana. Nah, right here. This is my Shanana. I feel it up in there. And I'll say this.
Can I just say real quick? Deacon Hay in Boynton Beach, Florida used to sing it like this: something inside of me. That's all I got.
Enough to shout right there.
I ain't got no organ, but if I had an organ, y'all see who Benjamin Dixon really has been all this time. I've been fooling y'all.
Actually sing and play. That's enough to shout right there. That's enough to shout right
James,
there.
you got to give us, before we get out here, Rebecca, get the last word. But James, I don't know. I think Light 'Em Up might be the right song for this moment, because they got some spirit and some ratchetness on that track. And I need that one. Rebecca. Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I just say that to say there is nothing. I know that a lot of times when we talk about slavery, it's like the sadness and everything of it. Now, the choices that these people had, it wasn't like some of them didn't have that choice. Some of them did, jump off because they was like, when they had the opportunity, hey, I don't want, and that's understandable too. I do not want my kids to have to endure any of this if I can't. Some of them couldn't see past anything. And I understand that too. I get that for sure. Some of them risked their lives not knowing what it was going to look like, like if we were going to have a country like Haiti. But we're still getting beat down for that particular decision that we made. But there are a lot of them too.
Which decision? Please contextualize. I don't want nobody to be lost in what you're saying. You're saying the decision to overthrow y'all slaveholders in Haiti, the revolution. Go for it.
We're still paying for that, as we can see in Haiti now. We had what they did was they took the fact that we said we will not be owned by anyone and we will make our own. We are our own people, and not because of the color of our skin we will be treated like this. We didn't even ask to be here. So because we overthrew our slave owners, because we overthrew the colonizers, they still wanted us to not live as free people. So we paid now for our freedom. Not only did we kill them, we gave billions of dollars, which translate into billions of dollars today, to France.
Y'all pay reparations to France
for our freedom, and they never freed us. They still put their hands in every single thing that we did. We changed our flag. We changed the way we spoke mostly. I mean, we literally changed our whole culture. We took the things that they said were theirs and made it ours. The soup jumu that we drank on the first every day was a soup that they told us that we couldn't drink. And we took it and we added all of our stuff to it and made it ours. Okay? So at the end of the day, I say all of this because I'm like, the people that did decide to push forth and fight for us and take on even being free, for saying that they were free and allowing these people to take away their freedom still, but still marching on and say at the end of the day, we still showed y'all that you do not have to live under the thumb of the colonizer, of any slave owner. And the same ones that did that for us here, who literally took an opportunity and stuck it through until they were free or ran off on the plug twice and went to go get their freedom. Didn't know if they were gonna make it. We don't know how long those journeys took, y'all. We do not know. We couldn't. This can't be the same son.
It can't be.
That Harriet Tubman.
Come on, somebody.
Running under and falling out because of the spells that she had and getting up and still doing the work. You think I could be out here even on my days that I run? I'd be like, this is too hot for me. We could never endure what they endured. But I say that also. I say all that to say where we are right now is in such a much better place than our ancestors. But where we are right now still isn't enough for where we want our kids to be. Yes. Okay, because we ain't that free. I mean, we're way more free, but we ain't that free. Okay, so that's my last word. I'm done with it. I love you guys so much. Ben, you can get the last word.
I guess that's what we're doing here, because you're messing me up. Like, who gonna end? Who gonna tap out first? Because check me out. Rebecca, I just need some falsification here. Have I ever told you anything about the epiphany of the slave?
If you literally have sat me down, because you're very I don't know, Ben, when we talk. Ben, yeah, he's extra. No, but he goes into like this cosmic whatever. And we have had conversations where we've sat here and Ben will go into like, it's almost like the transfer of spirits. It's like when we're in church. Honestly, it's the same thing. It's like a transfer.
Hey, don't tell all our secrets now. Don't tell them all of our secrets.
Well, yes, Ben, we've had a conversation many times where we've sat down and we've discussed our ancestry, or the thing, and especially because of the environments that we were in, Ben. And you've taught me a lot when it comes to that as well.
So then maybe I've been playing. Okay, so then maybe I've been planting it in you all this time. But I tell you what, the way you put it together in this moment is so what's the word?
Now you've never talked about the poem that you're creating.
Yes,
never.
It is. The timing is serendipitous, because I'm gonna tell you this. I can't tell y'all enough. Not only are we the dream of our ancestors, but we are the epiphany of those slaves that said that we're not going to jump off the ship. We're going to stay alive, because James Bubba Williams got to be here. Rebecca Azor got to be here. Benjamin Dixon got to be here. Karl Mack got to be here. Georgia Fort got to be here. We are the epiphany of the slave, of the enslaved. The epiphany of the enslaved, because we were never slaves. We were just people responding and surviving white supremacy and capitalism. And guess what? We survived. And you are looking at perhaps the most freest Black people on the face of the planet.
Once I get out of corporate, but yes,
once we get out of the working class, don't put no money in our hands. Actually, no. Put some money in the hands of my DJ and my sister, who have been a blessing to me this morning. Y'all bless my soul. Y'all bless my soul. Y'all can, the audience, y'all can bless them.
Mine.
The audience, y'all could bless them more than I can afford to pay them right now. But I'm thinking about having a conversation with some folks because more people got to see this. Maybe we take this to TV. Yeah, let's take this show. Let's take the show on the road.
TV deserves this, okay?
Yeah,
y'all goddamn right they do.
Listen, baby. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all too. Wait for the folks on listening to the podcast. I'm going to put it in the description. James, what's your Cash App?
$ DJ X3C, Venmo as well too.
Yeah, Rebecca, what's your Cash App?
My Cash App is $ Becca's Voice, BECCAS VOICE. That is cash sign, or is it $? What you call it, kids? $ Becca's Voice, BECCAS VOICE. I love y'all.
I am not good about asking for money for myself. Anyone who's worked with me knows how painful it is for me to ask for money.
Benjamin
for myself.
P. Dixon deserves.
But no, let me tell you, I am not shy about asking for money for my friends, especially ones who hold it down for me and those who have the brilliance that is Rebecca Azor, the revolutionary, the radical, ratchet, and righteous Rebecca Azor, and the phenomenal DJ exclusive James Bubba Williams, home team. We got the dream team.
Before we get out of here too, I know one last thing. There's always one last thing. One more thing. You guys are rock stars. Yesterday, I told you guys about what I needed to make sure I get my procedure done on tomorrow, Friday, which will cause me not to be on the show. Sorry. Sorry.
Is that tomorrow? Or not tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
So it's just me tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I open up the phone lines. Okay. Go ahead.
And open up the phone and talk to some people. I really miss B of giving us that Karen joint. I need some love.
Yes.
Open up some Zooms. But on for real though, you guys really looked out for me. And I was able to send in that payment, and I'm getting my procedure done tomorrow. And y'all, by August should be an update with where my body is, and I have been on these drugs like they told me to be, and I should be 100%, okay? Because that's where I know. Haven't got the update yet, but it's coming in August, and I will give you guys the update, and I should be 100%, where I no longer have to talk about this. Body is together. I've been taking care of myself, and I thank you guys, and I really wouldn't have been able to pay for that last payment if it wasn't for you guys.
If it wasn't,
not the way that I did. So.
Ooh. And just so everybody know, this is what we call the testimonial service.
Yeah.
What y'all did for them yesterday was a blessing. Thank y'all for doing that for my friends. And I'm asking one more time on behalf of my friends because, they've been a blessing to me. So y'all be a blessing to them. And we're going to come back. Yeah. All hearts and minds are clear. Light them up. Light them up. Light them up.
And every time you guys come on here, listen, tip your DJ, tip your host, because we're working for you, and we really appreciate.
Girl, I done asked for the money already. Now, come on, how many more times you gonna ask for money, Rebecca? I done set it up. I set it up with the spirit of giving. I set it up. I did it nice. I did it, and then you gonna come back and ask again.
All right, people. The doors of the church are open. Oh, David done popped his ass on.
Run the music. Run the music. Who can't give that?
Hey, I love y'all so much, man. Tomorrow's show is Ben's OnlyFans show. Ben's OnlyFans show is tomorrow. The Only Ben show. Hey, man, I really love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Greatly do. Getting ready to hit the road soon, so I greatly appreciate y'all getting to the money. So we're going to light it up some more, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. We'll see y'all on Monday when I get back. I love y'all. Mean it so much, and thank you so much again for everything. No family like the Like It or Not family, y'all. The Benjamin Dixon Show on the clock with Georgia Fort. Like It or Not with Rebecca Azor. Love y'all.
From the turf, I never switch sides. Like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Let up ties in the hearse. I've been on a vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to the grip in the face, be still, let that hit stuff. spill from my lips, feel big from the bib, take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense, cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. Might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beats with the slap, hit myself on the back.
All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I will see y'all on Monday. Y'all be safe. Love y'all, mean it, y'all. And thank you for the love, appreciation, everything, y'all. Deuces, Benjamin Dixon Show is out. Like it or not, on the clock. We'll see y'all soon.
Truth in the glass in the mirror. Do it at me, old man, trying to pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that. And he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard it all.